So just how much will AI shape America's job market? I asked Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful himself from Shark Tank, one of the most recognizable investors in the world. He also talked about the dark side of AI and if he's worried about AI taking middle-class jobs.
No, 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 no. The phobia people have over AI is nonsensical. I mean, it's going to make mundane jobs obsolete. That's the power of this technology. So no, embrace AI. Don't freak out about it.
Many of the AI headlines that dominate are about the dark side of AI. And for example, we just spoke to an attorney recently representing a family in Texas that says an AI chatbot encouraged their teenage son who has autism to kill his parents. It also brought up the idea of self-harm as a way to cope with sadness. These examples are really scary to a lot of people. Are they alarming to you? And what needs to change to prevent this while still keeping us competitive in this global marketplace?
That's a horrific story, and there's always going to be horrific stories like that. But that is not just the purvey of AI. Lots and lots of issues, but that's not enough to stop this train of technology, which is going to be such a powerful thing. And I might add, and this is a pretty sobering thought, the country that has the most advanced AI and the most data centers will win militarily. So I hope it's a democracy that ends up leading the advance in AI, not a communist country, and I'm talking about China.
We see President Trump saying yesterday the Biden administration overestimated the jobs reports data on purpose. Of course, these comments come less than a week after Trump fired the Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner. Do you have any thoughts on Trump's claim that Biden, the administration, knowingly overestimated jobs data?
You know, I don't think he should have whacked the commissioner. I think that job's just a bean counter. And do I think that those numbers are somehow politically altered? No. We've been collecting that data since the Second World War. Do I think it could be done more efficiently so we didn't have massive revisions like we had in that last print? Yes. Why is it coming by mail in the internet age? I mean, that's crazy. With AI, couldn't it be done better? Can't they make the data sets come faster, sooner, and more accurate? Well, that's something I'd like to see. And if that's the outcome of the whacking, okay. But no, I don't think Biden did anything with that data.
Let me ask you very quickly about Bitcoin. What is your one-year target price for Bitcoin? Where do you see it at?
I mean, you're making me forecast, but I'm happy to do it. In a year from now, if somehow this act got approved in the next, call it 6 months, a year from then, 250,000 for Bitcoin. That's what I think.
I appreciate that prediction. Mr. O'Leary, we asked viewers what they would love to hear from you, so they sent in some questions. Here are some of them. Would you, Mr. Wonderful, consider running for president?
Oh, you know, I'm so busy doing what I'm doing, and I really think that it's taken me an investment lifetime to understand the difference between the signal and the noise and how to work with politicians. I'm very, very proud that I'm able to, as an ambassador of the American dream for entrepreneurship, I'm so lucky to be able to go to the Hill or go anywhere in Washington and be invited into red and blue. I mean, what? Even Elizabeth Warren, even AOC want to create jobs. And I'm that guy. I'm the advocate for small business in America. I've come to realize that the number one export of America is not technology or energy, it's the American dream, and I am that ambassador all around the world.
Well, I don't know if he would fit the bill, but do you think that fellow shark Mark Cuban should run? Would you vote for him?
I know Mark very well. I think he's a fantastic operator. I don't know if he's going to do it. He's had the opportunity already, but that's a soul-searching question, not just for him, for his family. I got a lot of respect for him. I mean, he understands business. Now, if the party reached out to him and he somehow decided he was going to do it, he'd be a hell of a candidate. I support anybody that supports business. I have to answer that way. Anybody that supports the American dream, and that's why I recently said I need to meet with this new mayor of New York, because I don't get it.
Yeah, what would you say to him if you came face to face with him?
Well, I plan to. I mean, look, you know, New York's like its own country. As for an investor, it's one of the capital world. You think about New York, London, Abu Dhabi, Zurich. I mean, that's where all the money is. And so I would want to sit down with him. I've asked for a meeting already and say, look, I'd love to help you on this affordable housing thing because I'm a developer. But if you tell me before a building's even built that you're going to put rent control on it, there is no way any capital is going to build that building. So can you explain that to me, how that's going to work? Because what you're telling me right now is I'd rather invest it in Florida or Tennessee or North Dakota, South Dakota.
I want to have a conversation with you after you have that conversation with him, and I want to know how it goes. I want to get to this.
If he doesn't take the meeting with me or any other investors, that tells you a lot.
You have said that on Shark Tank, before the pitch even begins, as they are standing in front of you, you know whether they are winners or losers. What are you looking for?
Aura. The ability for you to project your aura in a room where you haven't even spoken a word yet. Successful entrepreneurs have that.
What does that mean? Is that eye contact? What does that mean?
It's very much how you stand, how you're dressed, how you imagine in the context of Shark Tank, and I've done this thousands of times, thousands. The way Shark Tank works that you don't see because they walk out onto the carpet and the floor producer says to the entrepreneur or their team, hold, 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 while the Steadicam gets the shot of them standing there and their products behind them, which you eventually see in the edited show. But that can take up to 90 seconds. I'm right in front of them. I just look at them straight on. I don't blink, I don't smile, I just look at them. If they can't take that, if they can't deal with that and push back and show that they're ready for what's about to happen to them, I mean, imagine, they're in front of, this isn't practice anymore. This is the real deal. You got the 26 cameras rolling. You got $1 billion worth of capital in front of you 12 feet away. This is your moment, and the lights are shining, and you're about to start. If you can't handle someone staring at you, you don't have it.
Is there one common pitfall that you feel is keeping Americans poor that drives you crazy? Is it the coffee run? Is it the expensive DoorDash delivery? What is it that you look at and it just drives you nuts?
The biggest mistake you make in your mid-20s is you buy shit you don't need. Our whole society is driven in marketing to sell you shit you don't need. Look at all the crap, even you, look at your closet of all the crap you've bought that you don't wear.
Don't call me out.
My point is, next time you pick something up in a store, ask yourself, do I need this? The answer 75% of the time is no. You don't need that, and you know you don't need that. Take that cash and put it into Beanstocks or some other app. And then watch on your phone your net worth grow as the market provides the returns over your lifetime. Even if you only make $70,000 average income and you take that 15%, you'll retire the $1.5 million in the market. You look at the last 200 years, it's provided those kind of returns. It goes up and down, up and down. But don't buy crap you don't need.
I'm going to have a little Mr. Wonderful on my shoulder the next time I'm about to check out my Amazon cart. just yelling at me.
That's it. That's what you got to do.
Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, of course, and O'Leary Ventures chairman. What a pleasure to speak with you today. Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.